Basically, I want to talk to you guys about like the real reason that I left Florida. So let me just like address all these accusations and all these rumors. There are always going to be people who would rather believe a dramatic lie about you than the actual truth. Honestly, I think there's more to life than a stranger from the internet's drama that you are making up because there really is no drama. And so when I bring this stuff up, people assume that I only bring it up because I'm upset about it. That's literally the opposite. It's that I want better for those people. Hi, this is Katie. In today's video, first of all, my hair is naturally wavy, but I usually straighten it, but I decided that I want to wear it like wavy and curly more often. And so I have some products from Not Your Mother's, like their curl cream and stuff. And so I'm just trying it out. I'm kind of not brand new to this because I have worn my hair like this before, but I'm still kind of new in terms of like really trying to figure out like the right technique for my hair. And also like I have a lot more hair up here than down here. Anyway, we're trying it out. We're going to learn. If you have any tips, let me know. I do know that if you're putting curl cream in and stuff to make sure, that truck was really loud, to make sure that your hair is like soaking wet. I do know that. But if you have any other tricks, please let me know. But yeah, this is just my hair today. Anyway, hi. In today's video, I am going to do my makeup. I'm going to be trying the new e.l.f. foundation that I got. Why am I holding that so weird? I got this recently. I think in my last video, I purchased that. But while I'm doing my makeup, I want to talk to you guys about something that's pretty important, that's pretty serious, honestly. Basically, I want to talk to you guys about like the real reason that I left Florida, because over the last week or two, I have been getting a decent amount of comments, not a lot by any means, but like several comments accusing me of lying about why I left Florida. And a lot of you guys know that I usually don't get into this kind of drama, but I just kind of figured that if some people were either accusing me of lying or if they were just kind of confused about why I really left Florida, I just wanted to kind of make a video and explain it and just go a little bit deeper into the reasoning behind why I left Florida and all that kind of stuff. And so it's kind of like a deep kind of video of like why I left Florida and like kind of answering some hate comments, honestly, and answering some like accusations and stuff while I'm doing my makeup. So I'm just gonna kind of do both at the same time. All right, so glasses off and go up there. I have the air conditioning on 1. I hope it's not too loud, but also I need to make this video really quick because it's 1,000 degrees outside and my camera is going to overheat. So anyway, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, that's not that bad. Okay, so I'm going to put on the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Skin Salve Prime, Blur, and Hydrate little primer. And I have a little brush that I'm gonna use because my hands are not clean because I just did this a million times and I'm not trying to put some curl cream on my face. Okay, so, okay. So, excuse me. Hello, there we go, thank you. Okay, so to give a tiny bit of a backstory, tiny bit. Hi, my name is Katie, and I have lived all over the country, traveled, lived in my car, and just explored and been literally all over the country over the last like 11 or 12 years. I'm 37, I'm almost 38. My birthday's soon, I'm gonna be 38 soon. But anyway, so yeah, since my mid-20s, I have either lived in my car or I have lived in an apartment or a house, whether it was by myself or with family or friends, temporarily. Every single place that I have been since my mid-20s, I have known that it was going to be temporary. So whether I moved into an apartment by myself or I lived with friends, I lived with family, I was traveling, I was living in my car, it was always temporary. Just kind of like a really long road trip where I was just exploring and going to different places and just checking out our country. And so even when I have moved into houses or even when I signed a lease and I got my own place, I always knew that it was temporary. One day, might I live somewhere more permanently if I get married, or if, you know, like my financial situation changes, if my job situation changes, if my health changes, might I live somewhere more permanently? Of course, maybe, but at least for right now, and since my mid-20s, my life in terms of like where I'm living and where I'm going and where I'm traveling has just always been more temporary. And so that's kind of like the little mini backstory. And then to pause that, I'm gonna try the e.l.f. foundation. This is the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I got mine in the color 15 Fair Warm. And I got this at Walmart. It was like $8 or $9. It's a new-ish release. And this is my 3rd time trying it. Why am I holding everything so weird right now? This is my 3rd time trying it. The first 2 times I did not use a primer. And so I just wanted to try it with this primer. And so let me just kind of show you what it looks like on my face right now. I think Walmart is the only place to purchase this in stores right now. I know you can get it online as well, but I think if you want to get it in store, I think it's only at Walmart right now. So yeah, this is a medium coverage foundation, and I think it looks pretty nice. I have like pretty textured skin right now. I don't know what is going on. My skin over like the winter and like last fall was amazing. It was so great. And then now it's just like, no, bumpy and textured, and it's gonna break out and whatever. So I don't know. Anyway, so just take that into consideration, that my skin is kind of combo-ish, like mostly dry, but kind of combo, and then textured. So that's what it looks like. I think it's nice. I am generally a skin tint kind of girl. I love like the Wet n Wild skin tint's really good. The Summer Friday skin tint is really good. I love that one. But I was interested in getting more of like a medium coverage foundation recently. And so the fact that this just came out and it's $8, I'm like, yes, please, I want to try that. And so I do think that this looks nice. I think it looks nice. Do I love it? I don't know yet, but I at least think that it's nice. I think it does kind of cling to my dry patches a little bit, so I might have to prime better, whatever. But I do think that it's nice. I think this color is a really good match for me. Let me cool my phone down a little bit because it's overheating. Okay, hi. The rest of the video, I am going to be doing my makeup, but I'm not gonna be like talking about makeup as much. I really just wanted to show you that foundation and then just kind of do the rest of my makeup just while I'm talking about this topic. So, okay, I'm just gonna do my eyebrows quick and then I'm gonna explain everything else because it's kind of hard to talk doing my eyebrows. Okay, so to explain this as quickly as possible, again, I have moved all over the last like 11 years. And so this time, about a year ago, I think it was like last May, so a little over a year ago, I went to Florida to go spend some time with my best friend. And I went there knowing that it was gonna be temporary. Again, just like all of my other moves and all of my other travels over the last 11 years, I went there knowing it was gonna be temporary. I didn't know how long exactly, but I just knew that it was gonna be temporary. And so I went and I stayed in his guest room and I mostly unpacked, not everything, but a lot of my stuff. And I ended up staying there for about a year. And around that year mark, maybe a month or two before that, I was kind of thinking, well, honestly, a few months before that, I was kind of thinking, okay, where am I going to go next? When am I going to leave? What am I going to do? You know? But about a month or so before that, I was really thinking about it, like really actively thinking about it, because I just kind of felt God telling me, okay, your time in Florida is about to be up, at least for now. Maybe I'll go back one day, but your time in Florida is about to be up. And so you need to make another step and go somewhere else and do something differently. And so I know that sometimes God will give us a clear, actionable step. And sometimes he'll give us several steps. Sometimes he'll only give us the first one. Sometimes he'll give us, several steps. But sometimes he also just wants to see our obedience and our focus and see our action. So it's like, okay, God, I can kind of tell that my time in Florida is up here. I don't exactly know where you want me to go or even where it's best for me to go, because maybe God does not really care where I live. Maybe he can use me anywhere, right? But I still couldn't exactly tell where to go next, but I still just could feel God telling me that my time in Florida was still up. And so it was up to me to take that actionable step of leaving Florida. And so, so basically I knew when I was leaving Florida that I was gonna go spend a couple days at my dad's, and then I was gonna be in New York for a few weeks, especially because my health insurance is in New York and my health isn't really that great. And I needed to see a lot of doctors. And I've been here for a couple weeks at this point, and I still have more doctors to see and more results and stuff to get. And hopefully in a video soon, I'll be able to update you on all my health stuff. But yeah, so basically, the reason that I'm explaining it this way, which I don't think is much different than the way that I explained over the last couple of weeks, but the reason that I just wanted to bring it up is because I have gotten several comments, not a majority by any means, but several comments accusing me of lying, accusing me of getting kicked out of my best friend's house, accusing me of, oh, well, she went through a breakup with her roommate and so she has to leave, or she just went through a breakup in general and that's why she's leaving, and just like mooching off of my best friend and running away from things and that kind of stuff. And I find it really interesting that I've been getting a lot of those comments now. Again, not a lot, but several of them now, because it seems that a lot of these people, even in their comments, they have watched my videos for years. And so they know that my life is pretty transient. And so it's kind of interesting that this particular move seemed like different to them or something. And I'm not really exactly sure why, but I went into going to Florida as it was going to be temporary. I always knew that. And maybe I didn't like totally make that clear to you guys, but I just kind of thought it was clear because all of my moves have been temporary, And so, so I got accused. Let me just address all these accusations and all these rumors. I was accused of getting kicked out of my best friend's house. That absolutely did not happen. He's still my best friend. He has been since we were teenagers. I did not get kicked out. He did not make me feel like I had to leave, nothing like that. And so that is just definitely false. I got accused of dating my roommate and then us breaking up, and that's why I had to leave. That definitely did not happen. He and I were not dating. We have never been in a romantic relationship. I did date someone else, and I mentioned that in one of my recent videos. I did date someone else for about 6 weeks, and so someone accused me of, oh, you and your boyfriend broke up, so that's why you moved. That's definitely not the truth either, because he didn't even live in Florida, so our relationship was long distance anyway. But also, I would not move because of a 6-week relationship breakup. That's not a reason that I would move. And then what else did I get accused of? Yeah, just lying in general. Just lying in general about something else was going on. And the thing that I want to say about that, oh, I forgot to put concealer on. But the thing that I want to say about that is, and this might be a little harsh, but you guys know me. I think that some people want there to be drama when there's no drama, especially when it comes to people online. I think some people are online and they do talk about dramatic things, you know? And if you know me personally off camera, you might know that in my personal life, I can be dramatic sometimes. And even on here, there are some times that I talk about things that might be a little bit drama, but usually if I'm being dramatic on here, usually, not always, but usually it's because I'm trying to be silly or funny, you know? Sometimes I think that that's kind of funny, but if we're talking about drama in terms of you know, personal relationship or dating or family or money or anything like that, like job stuff, I personally might talk about that kind of stuff with like my close friends and family, but publicly, I usually, again, I have before, but I usually don't get into that kind of stuff. Even if I do talk about dating, which is very rare, I usually talk about it pretty surface level. But again, if you're one of my personal friends off camera, I'm going to talk about that kind of stuff in depth, not in a dramatic way. Well, sometimes, but I just really like to talk about certain things like that in depth, but I don't share all that kind of stuff online. Honestly, a lot of people think I'm hiding and whatever. But honestly, the reason that I don't talk about a lot of like dramatic things like breakups or whatever, or if I get in a fight with someone, the reason I don't talk about that kind of stuff online is because I don't like that kind of public drama. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want to be a part of it. And I do know that a lot of people who are online, you know, like content creators or whatever, I know that they are dramatic, that they will talk about dramatic things. And I just am not really one of those people. Again, not always. I have talked about certain dramatic things, but there are a lot of dramatic things that have happened to me or that I have done or that I've experienced in my life that I haven't shared because I don't want that to be a big part of my channel. Again, I've talked about some things, but honestly, if I've talked about every single dramatic thing that has happened in my life, I would probably get more views. But that's just not me. That's not me. That's not what I want my channel to be. I want my channel to be encouraging and loving and that we can connect in a positive and a healthy way, you know, in a logical way even, or an emotional way, but still in a healthy emotional way. And I just think personally, my opinion on this, that a lot of people wish there was drama when there's not. Especially when it comes to people online, because they might assume that I'm on here to be dramatic, to get more views, but I'm just, again, usually not doing that kind of stuff. And so I do think that some people wanted there to be drama when there wasn't any drama. And so no, I did not get kicked out. No, I did not move because of a breakup. No, I was not using my best friend, none of that stuff. It was just, I have a best friend that I've known for a really long time. He let me stay in his guest room for a little while. And then I could just feel that God was telling me that it was time to go somewhere else and do something different with my life. I don't exactly know what those next steps are, but I'm just trusting God with that while I take action. Because I really do believe that while we're trusting God to show us things, we still have to take action. And so, yeah, I just think that either maybe some people, you know, maybe they haven't watched a lot of my videos and so they're just kind of confused, like, oh, that seemed abrupt. Why is she leaving Florida? But again, just to explain my past, I've just always had that kind of temporary life. Maybe it'll change one day, but it just won't right now, you know? And, you know, a lot of people also probably have some trouble understanding that my life is just really different than a lot of other people's. You know, like a lot of people hate moving. A lot of people love living in one place for a really long time, and that's great. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is right or that what you're doing is right and vice versa means it's wrong. It just is that we're different. It's just that we're different, you know? And so if God wants me to stay in one place, or if I get really connected in one place, or if my health changes, if I get married, if my financial situation changes, anything like that, I'm definitely open to staying somewhere more long-term nowadays, but it's just not what's happening right this second. And so that's really it, you know? Again, I just think that some people maybe have a hard time understanding that people have different lives, but I also think that some people just want there to be drama when there's not. And so they want to accuse me of lying, or they see someone else making up a lie about me and they'd rather believe that instead of believing me. And you know what? About that kind of thing, there are always going to be people who would rather believe a dramatic lie about you than the actual truth, because they want there to be drama. They literally want to try to catch you in a lie, even if there's not a lie. There are just always going to be people who are out to get us. And you guys know, from my standpoint and my morality standpoint and what I think is biblical, all that stuff is nonsense. I think all that stuff is nonsense. I think accusing someone of lying when there's literally zero reason to do that, I think that's just wanting there to be drama when there's not. I think believing in what a stranger says about someone versus what the actual person is telling you, I think all that's nonsense. I think it's drama. I think it's just too much emotional stuff. And honestly, I think that this world is way too hard already. I think it's way too hard already. And so adding unnecessary drama because it's fun or it's exciting or whatever, I'm just not that kind of person. And so honestly, that's why I usually don't address this kind of stuff. I usually don't. Sometimes I have, but I usually don't, because I just think that life is hard enough. And I think that it's really good to focus on what we can control, things that are, you know, more about how we can help other people, all that kind of stuff. Because honestly, I think there's more to life than a stranger from the internet's drama that you are making up, because there really is no drama. And so I just hope that we can just kind of take people at their word unless there's a reason not to. And here's the thing. I understand being curious, 100%. I understand asking questions. I understand all that kind of stuff. And I think that stuff's great. But accusing someone of lying or accusing someone of something that they've never said and that they've never hinted at or whatever, I don't think that's very healthy. And so I'm totally fine that if someone's like, oh, wait, why are you really moving? Is there any more to that story? Like, I'm just curious. I think that's fine, you know, but I don't think it's very healthy to be like, Katie is clearly lying. She obviously got kicked out of her house. I think that stuff is just, and here's the thing. Whenever I talk about this stuff, it's never because someone was mean to me and my feelings are hurt. I always talk about it from like a bigger, global and logical standpoint. I always do, you know? So I'm not talking about this, my feelings are hurt. I promise you. It's more just like, I wish if I was like a pageant queen, I think my makeup's mostly done, right? Lipstick. But if I was like a pageant queen, and if the question was like, what do you wish was different about this world? I would say that I wish people were kinder to other people. I wish people were more logical, and I wish people questioned their emotions. I wish people questioned what they were going to say before they said it more than they do right now. And I just wish people wanted to err on the side of kindness versus attacking all the time, especially when it comes to strangers. Like, here's the thing. I know that I post a lot, but in reality, you're still only seeing about an hour, hour and a half of my whole week. And so even if I post a lot, even if you feel like we're buds, which I hope that you do, I hope that you feel like we're close in some way. I still also hope that we understand that we never, ever know someone's full story, not even our best friends or our family. We don't always know the full story. And so filling in the gaps with accusations and negativity, like why do that, you know? So again, if you have a question, feel free to ask, but I'm only really going to ask the ones that are obviously asked out of kindness and curiosity. I'm not going to answer the ones well, sometimes I do, but usually I'm not going to answer the ones that are obviously like accusations and just rude and whatever. And sometimes I do, but it's just like, what's the point of that, guys? Like, don't you have anything better to do with your life than just like accuse a stranger of lying about something that's literally not a big deal? Like, oh, I moved out of like my friend's house. Oh, well, clearly there's drama there. There really wasn't. And I just hope that, you know, like if you hate my channel, or if you hate watch me, or if you only watch me to go on all those online forums that I don't read, but I know exist, that hate talk me and all that kind of stuff. I just, honestly, this might sound harsh, but we got to do it sometimes. We got to hear these things sometimes. I hope that you find something better to do with your time that's maybe more productive, healthy, kinder, you know, because I just think that hate watching or attacking strangers for no reason, it just really doesn't make any logical sense. You know, take me out of the equation. Person A attacking person B when they don't even know person B. Here's the thing, you could just stop watching that person. If you think that I'm lying, if you think I'm annoying, if you don't like my videos anymore, you could just stop watching my channel, you know, instead of just accusing me of lying. And then even, because there was one person that accused me of lying, and then I corrected them, and then they responded back still accusing me of lying. And so after that, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to opt out of the conversation. And they said I was getting passive aggressive, when in reality, I'm just like, no, I'm going to opt out of a conversation if someone is actively trying to misunderstand me and accuse me of things that aren't true. I'm going to opt out of a conversation. There's no need for me to be in that conversation anymore, you know? And so, yeah, again, this is not about, oh, my feelings are hurt. None of that at all. It's just that, like, logically, I just wish that people, like, literally listen to what was said. And again, since I'm never telling 100% of the story, because it's impossible, nobody actually ever does that, I just hope that if we need to fill in the gaps for our own brain, we could ask questions and or just fill in the gaps with things that make sense instead of negativity, you know, and accusing someone and stuff. I just think that we can be better than that. And here's the thing about it is, like, I have such high standards for people. And so when I bring this stuff up, people assume that I only bring it up because I'm upset about it. That's literally the opposite. It's that I want better for those people. I want better for those people. I want them to focus on Jesus. I want them to focus on the facts and the truth and what's healthy and also what's kind. Because even if you don't agree with someone or whatever, you can still be kind about it, or you can detach yourself from the situation, you know? And so anyway, let me put this on really quick. I will list all my makeup products in the description because I know I didn't tell you the last few, so I'll just have them linked in the description. So yeah, I think that some people were just confused. Maybe they haven't watched a lot of my videos. So they were confused about why I was moving, or maybe it's just so opposite of their own personal life so that they don't really understand it. But again, just a reminder, everyone has different lives. It does not mean that one's right or wrong. It just means that they're different. But I just do think that some people wanted there to be drama when there is no drama, you know? And again, especially on my channel, honestly, if you're looking for drama, this is the wrong channel. This is the wrong channel. I'm not, and again, I have a couple times before, okay? But in general, all the time, I'm not gonna be talking for 3 hours about breakups. I'm not gonna be talking about dating that much. I'm not gonna be talking about fights I get into with my friends. I'm not gonna be talking about things that happen in my personal life that are really, really personal. I'm gonna talk about some personal things, but some things I am going to keep private because the internet is a very, very, very dangerous and mean place. And some things, for just my own little level of sanity that I have, I think it's good to keep some things, not she's hiding things from us, blah, blah, but there are some things that are not necessary for you to know that I am gonna keep private. If I think it's something that's necessary for you to know, sure, I'll tell you. Or if it's something that I'm comfortable sharing, sure, I'll tell you. But there are some things in my life that are not necessary for you guys to know and that I don't feel comfortable sharing. And so I'm just going to keep those things private, of course. But yeah, this is just not the channel. This is just not the channel for that kind of drama. This is the channel for me to be silly dramatic about some things or to share certain parts of my life. But this is also the channel to hear logical things and to hear about God and to hear about the Bible and to just hear about day-to-day life. And, you know, maybe some food and travel, of course, and, you know, maybe my hair journey of trying to get it curly and stuff. Yeah, but I know I've repeated this a lot, but I think it's true. I think some people are searching for drama. They're searching for either some drama that makes them like, ooh, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, you know, or they want to catch someone in a lie. They want to accuse someone of something. They want to be right about something, you know? And again, my channel's just, that's not the space. This is not the space for that. It's just really not. And so again, if you don't like me, if you want to always assume that I'm lying, any of that kind of stuff, I just honestly hope that you stop watching my channel. There are millions and millions of other videos to watch. And I know that like 98% of you guys are here because you enjoy watching my channel, you know, and we feel connected and you hopefully like what I have to say and stuff, you know? But also, I don't expect everyone to like everything that I have to say. That's not it. But I just also hope that we can be kind and again, logical. I know that that's a high standard, but I do have high standards for people, you know? And so again, there is no drama about why I left Florida. There's really not. I just left because I could just kind of tell that God was telling me to do something differently and I needed to take that first step of leaving Florida. And also on top of that, I'm just going to be in New York for potentially a little bit longer than I was even expecting because of doctor appointments. So where am I going after this? I don't know. I have no idea, but that's okay. That's okay. Either God is going to show me, or I am just going to make a decision and I'm going to make sure that it is at least aligned with the Bible, you know, not something that's like actively sinning. And then I'm going to make that decision. And then I will be able to feel God tell me if it's right or wrong and to pivot or to change or whatever, you know? And so anyway, I just wanted to do that video and just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about that. And I also just wanted to show you that makeup. Again, I'll have everything linked below. I do like this foundation, but I think for my skin, Again, maybe I have to prime it better, but I think that it just sticks to all like my little dry patches and my texture a little bit too much. So I probably won't wear it all the time, but I might wear it if I want something a little bit more like medium coverage, because every other foundation I have at home is a skin tint. And so I might wear this sometimes, but yeah, it just like clings a little bit. But yeah, honestly, one last thing. Sometimes I do wish I could talk about dating, or I do wish I could talk about other things, you know? But I just have learned after doing YouTube for almost 10 years that there are some things that are just better to keep private, because the internet can be a very unhealthy place that people want to attack. But again, this is more than just, oh, I don't like this. This is a bigger global thing, a logic thing, a moral thing, really. Because I just don't understand, with my set of morals that come from the Bible, I don't understand going online and accusing a stranger of lying about why they left their friend's house. Like, I can't really fathom that. And so I have higher standards for people. And so if you want to be one of those people, I will be praying for you guys. I promise. That's not passive aggressive nonsense. I will be praying for you, because there is more to life than just disliking someone online and then attacking them for it. And again, detach me from that situation. I feel the exact same way and I think the exact same way. Person A, person B. You don't need to attack each other. Especially, again, when we're talking about, oh, they left their friend's house, there must be more drama there. There's not. I think healthy discussions, I think even healthy arguments are fine. I think those are fine. But once you start to attack someone's character and accuse them of lying and all that kind of stuff, it's just kind of not really a healthy argument anymore, you know? And so, yeah, so sometimes I do wish I could share a little bit more, but I just have learned that it's not really a healthy space to do so, because I don't want to be involved in the drama. I really don't. I want this to be a healthy space, a safe space for people to leave comments, and a safe space for just us to share, you know? And so the things that I do share, because sometimes I do share really personal and vulnerable things, but I just want it to be a safe space to do that, you know? And so sometimes I will block people, or I will delete comments if they're really, really rude or whatever, you know? But I think that's so different than just being curious and asking questions. I'm so curious. I ask questions all the time, but I think that's very different than like accusing someone, being mean and all that kind of stuff, you know? And so anyway.
Hey guys, Editing Katie here. You guys know that I could talk about this topic for like 4 hours, but one thing that I did forget to say that I just want to put in here is that there's a huge difference between being curious and feeling entitled to know things. I love curiosity. I think it's really important. I think asking questions and being curious and wanting to learn is super important. But I also do think that there are some people online who feel entitled to know whatever they want, even about strangers, just because that stranger is a content creator. And I just don't agree with that. I still think that no matter if someone's a celebrity, a content creator, a musician, whatever it is, they still get to choose what they share with the general public, because they are still a human, you know? And so I think, again, being curious is totally fine and great, but being entitled, I just think that that's really not healthy. And I also will not deal with that on my channel as well. Also, I'm in a house with a dog that just barked. Sorry if you heard that. So yeah, I just think that being entitled to the level of I deserve to know whatever I want to know, not only is that unhealthy, but it's also disrespectful. It's just really selfish and disrespectful. And I just hope, again, that some people can kind of admit that, and that they can maybe make some personal changes, because it could help the greater good. It really, really could. Okay. All right. Back to the video.
I just wanted to explain that a little bit. I hope that made sense. If you have any other actual questions, please let me know in the comments. But again, any like accusations or whatever, I probably just block you. And honestly, I am going to pray for you, because I think that there's more to life than accusing a stranger of something that they didn't even do. I just think there's more to life. I think that you can be better. Honestly, I think that you can just be better. I think you're better than that. I think you're smarter than that. And I think that you can change if you really can admit to yourself, you know what? I really do spend way too much time online just being mean to strangers in the comments, or DMing them and just attacking them for no reason. Maybe I can focus on other things that are healthier or more productive or better. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit of like me explaining a little bit more about leaving Florida, showing you a little bit of makeup, and then just some logical arguments. By the way, I know my nails are a mess. I'm gonna paint them tonight. Don't even look. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope that you're subscribed. I do talk about some logical and moral stuff on here, but I also talk a lot about traveling and just a bunch of vlogs, just a bunch of like day-to-day kind of vlogs I post on here. And yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you, Jesus loves you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.